Fear hidden in the shadows of the jungle. The darkness of the night had spread over the jungle like a thick shroud. There was a mysterious whisper in the rustling of the trees, as if they were sharing a secret among themselves. The birds were silent, the eyes of the wild animals held a glint of fear, and somewhere in the distance the eerie hoot of an owl echoed. The elders of the village used to say that this jungle did not belong only to animals but also to a shadowy entity that had dwelled there for centuries. That shadow would emerge on moonlit nights, hunting down those unfortunate enough to trespass into its territory. It was neither human nor animal but something beyond comprehension. Some believed it was the result of an ancient curse, while others thought it was a punishment for a great sin. But one thing was certain: whoever entered the jungle never returned. Rumeth's arrogance. Rumeth, the bravest yet most stubborn young man in the village, never believed in these stories. He laughed at the elders' warnings and said, "This is all nonsense. Tomorrow night I will go into the jungle myself and see what's really there." The elders warned him, his mother pleaded, and his friends tried to dissuade him, but Rumeth was adamant. The following night he stepped into the jungle holding a burning torch. The hidden danger in the darkness. There was an eerie silence in the jungle, as if nature itself was holding its breath. With every step, Rumeth felt as if unseen eyes were watching him. Occasionally he would hear the rustling of leaves in the distance or the snap of a branch, but he kept laughing, determined to prove his bravery. As he ventured deeper into the jungle, the light of his torch began to dim. Suddenly an icy gust of wind blew past him, sending a shiver down his spine. Then, in front of him, a colossal shadow appeared, so tall that even the towering trees seemed to shrink beneath it. Rumeth's breath caught in his throat. Two glowing eyes, like burning embers, stared at him. The shadow slowly leaned closer, and a terrifying, thunderous voice rumbled through the jungle. "This is my jungle. No one who enters here ever leaves." A desperate escape. Rumeth took a step back, but it felt as if the earth had latched onto his feet. The shadow moved closer, and with it, the darkness grew even deeper. Suddenly, a strong gust of wind extinguished his torch. Now Rumeth was trapped in complete darkness. He turned to run, but everywhere he looked, he saw only the endless shadows of trees and heard countless whispers around him. Then out of nowhere, an ice-cold hand gripped his shoulder. Rumeth let out a blood-curdling scream, and the jungle swallowed him whole. A chilling sight at dawn. The next morning, the villagers set out in search of Rumeth. But all they found was his broken torch, deep footprints in the soil and terrifying claw marks on the trees. No one knew what had happened to him, but one thing was certain. That shadow was still there, waiting for its next victim. Moral of the story. This story teaches us that arrogance and stubbornness are a person's greatest enemies. Sometimes old tales and the advice of elders are not just meant to scare us. They carry hidden truths that should not be ignored. True wisdom lies in learning from others' experiences rather than testing everything ourselves. Some secrets are meant to remain undiscovered, because uncovering them might lead to consequences beyond imagination.